What does that sound, you ask?
Welcome to the Rec Show podcast, a show dedicated to beatmakers around the world. Kick back, relax with the host, Gldnmnd.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the
Yo. First of all, I want to say thank y'all for tapping in. I did want to leave this message before we get the show started that as of right now, sponsorship for the Rec Show podcast is open. Okay, so anybody can go to the link tree, scroll all the way down to episode sponsorship of the Rec Show podcast. Check out all the details right there. Little 30-second, 45-second spots in the episode that you sponsor. All the details are actually inside of the link, man. So if you have any questions, also I can be reached on IG or the new app called X. Hit me up, man, if you have any questions. But man, dope opportunity for anybody that has new projects coming out, new albums, new concerts, all that type of stuff. All right, get the word out to a growing podcast. Peace and love, y'all. To start off the show with something smooth like this, you know what I mean? Yo, man, this is called Gldnmnd, created by the one and only Creative with a K. That's Kreatev. This is off the Chill Hop Essentials Fall 2023 album, man. Just came out, man. Got some amazing producers, beatmakers on this joint, man. So, yo, man, fall's coming up. Tap in. But y'all enjoy this joint, man. Peace and love, yo. Woo. Yo, today's guest, man, we are going all the way to, I want to say Detroit/Chicago, Illinois. That's where my guest is from. He's got an affiliation with Sunday Music Sessions, man. Been creating music for a little while now, man. Been doing his thing. I've been seeing his sets, or at least parts of his sets on social media. And I'm like, man, he killing it out there, yo. So everybody be vibing to his music. And, yo, he's a live performer. You already know, DJ. You can catch him every Sunday at Navigator Tap Room. I hope that's still correct. I'm not sure if that's correct or not. But then he's an anime fan, man. He does it all, man. He's a machine head. He's an SP head. Like, he does it all, man. He was recommended from when I put it up there maybe 5 months ago, like, yo, you got to check this kid out. So that's what we're doing today. I want y'all to welcome the one and only Cozy.Cole G. What's good, family?
Yo, what's good, Gldnmnd? Thanks for having me, bro. How you doing?
I'm doing well, man. Blessed and highly favored. Ain't that what they say?
Yep, that's what they say. And man, you definitely did your research, fam. We can maybe hit that later, but I'm not DJing Navigator Tap Room anymore. But that's okay. This is like early DJ stages, so this is early DJ Cozy.Cole. But it's all good. You know, I'm still DJing from time to time. But I appreciate the research, man.
I got you, man. Yo, thank you for being on the show, man. And I only gave like a little bit of your intro or your bio, but for the beat heads, for the, you know what I mean, the internets, for the mutants out there that don't know who you are, how did you even come up with the name Cozy.Cole G, first of all? And then, you know, how long have you been creating music?
No, for sure. So it's Cozy.Cole G.
Cozy.Cole.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, it's all good,
I said
man.
Cozy. Oh my gosh. Sorry.
Hey, bro, like we talked before, after work, it's all good.
Yeah. Got you, man. Cozy.Cole G.
Yeah, Cozy.Cole G. Yep, there you go.
All right, we on it.
Yep, it's all good, man. So, yeah, really, I mean, so it's kind of like producer name, I just go by Cole G. And then DJ name, I came up with Cozy.Cole. Really, well, first of all, Cole G. My name is Cole, first name, and then that was kind of just like my nickname growing up was Cole G. That's my middle initial, and that was just something my parents called me, something like a lot of my cousins called me. I mean, a lot of my cousins used to call me Cozy.Cole, but you know, I'm not gonna call myself Cozy.Cole from my producer name,
Right.
but it's all good. And then with the DJ name, yeah, Cozy.Cole, just like, it's really just like my music taste, man. You know, when I spend, I'm not really into, not hating on it on the trap scene, but like trap has just never really been my thing. You know, like big party music just never really been my thing. Yeah, just when I'm spending, man, I just kind of want you to relax and just catch a vibe, you know, have some good conversation and just get comfortable. That's really just been like my brand, you know, in a way throughout every time I spend. So, yeah, man, that's kind of the origin of my name.
Man, so how did you even get into DJing or just playing your beat sets in front of people? Like how did that come about?
Yeah, so I mean, we can go way back. Actually, man, I'm sorry, before we get started in that, I do want to give you your flowers as well, bro. I just want to say thank you for having me on the Rec Show, and I'm just I've been such a big fan of the show ever since I first peeped the episode of Before Lasers.
Oh my guy.
yeah, that's my guy too, bro. He the homie for real. Shout out Before Lasers. But nah, ever since I peeped that episode, I remember, man, like I remember peeping that episode and I was like super stressed out for work and I had to like kind of work kind of late, and like, man, the Rec Show saved my life, because after that I listened to Before Laters episode, and I remember I discovered Radicule from this show. Radicule was like one of my favorite producers now. He was so cool. Shoot, there's a bunch of other people, like I think even Rex Mason, Ricky. Yeah, man. So I just wanted to give you your flowers first, man, because the Rec Show saved my life, bro.
Man, yeah.
you saved me on a lot of late night working nights, man. I was on the Rec Show for sure.
Yo,
right.
Thank you, man. You know, the crazy thing is, man, I came up, like this idea was dropped on me as I was working mid shifts. So I think like I just wanted, like, cause you know, working overnight, man, it's boring. It's not a lot going on. So I was like, yo, like, what if we could just have a show that's like for us, for the, you know what I mean, for the musicians, for the beat heads, at that, and talking about their life story and stuff like that at nighttime. You can listen to it you know what I mean? So yeah, man. But yo, it's my honor, man. Thank you for the flowers, man. It's just, I'm just, you know what I mean? I don't know, man. I love what I do. I love getting the ability to chop it up with y'all, just where y'all right now, because I know everybody's on a different trajectory. but still on a upward trajectory nonetheless. So, man, so yeah, thank you, man. Yo, so what's up, baby? Yo, hold on, what you need, yo?
I had pie.
Okay. Smell like apple pie. Yeah.
It's apple pear pie. Mom changed it up.
Okay, got you. Okay, I gotta do this my interview. Okay.
Yo.
Come on, yo. People got things to do. Yo.
So.
Okay. All right. Well, be quiet while I'm in here. All right. My bad, y'all.
It's all good, fam.
My bad. Good. Y'all. But okay. So we've taken it back.
Yeah.
Taking about. Actually, let me ask this question because this is where we take the listeners on a little journey, man, on your musical upbringings and stuff like that, to get where you are right now. So, were you growing up in Detroit, Michigan, or were you growing up in Chicago, Illinois?
Yep. So yeah, I'll kind of give my background. So I originally grew up in the Detroit area. I was born in Detroit, and then I was raised in the suburb, just like 15, 20 minutes from the city. But still very tapped in with Detroit music. And, obviously I wouldn't say I come from a musical family, but in the house, always music playing. I do got a great grandmother who's still kicking. She's 102 years old, still kicking today. Wow. And she go crazy on the piano.
What's her name?
Her name is Juanita Harvey.
Yeah, shout out to Juanita Harvey.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Juanita Harvey is still out here kicking it. But she plays the piano. That's really the only musician I feel like is in my family for real. But still, my mom, I say my mom was like a shower singer. She was always singing in the house. Pops was really into music, always playing music. He had a bunch of records. But really, I would say most of my musical influence, I have an older brother who's 8 years older than me. And he really put me on everything back in the day growing up. So, Detroit's my roots. But now I live in Chicago. I moved to Chicago right after school. So I've been living in Chicago for about 6 years now. And it's been super dope.
Man. So, okay, you got your older brother, your mom singing, your grandmom killing it on the piano, on the keys, right? Like what type of music were you listening to when you were growing up? Like, I know you was riding in the passenger seat with your older brother. That's what we do, So
that's what we do.
What was y'all pumping, man?
Man, so with mom's influence was crazy. I would say the main thing my mom put me on was Janet Jackson. I mean, I just feel like Janet Jackson was so part of my childhood. And just like listen to the radio, like it's always a Janet Jackson track. Pretty sure my mom had her All For You album, which is like one of my favorite albums. Still bang that. And then she was just like, my mom, she enjoyed a lot of dancey, fast music, but even when I was younger, that wasn't my vibe. I definitely latched on more to her side of the like quiet storm type of artists, like the Sades and the man, who else would I say? Trying to just think a little bit. Man, I'm blanking out. Oh, like a Ready for the World and like a New Edition, the DeBarges, Evelyn, Evelyn King, Luther, all of them. I definitely grasped more on that side of things when I was kicking it with her.
Man, yo, Miss Jackson, if you nasty, yo,
real fact. As I got older, I was like, yo, this kind of facts.
So, yo, man, that's same, yo, man. Yo, it might be just me, man. This is just my opinion, internets, but yo, the warmth that you got from listening to music like that. I don't know if you feel that same way with the R&B music we have today. You know what I mean? Like,
nah.
Is it just me, or is it? I mean,
I do not with the mainstream R&B, but that's why I've been getting so into alternative R&B, because I feel like that's bringing there are a lot of R&B artists like bringing that warmth back. Like, I don't know if you ever listen to like Devin Morrison. Like, he's an artist.
Yeah, he's got long hair, right?
I don't even know what he looked like, low key. I think he wore glasses. I really don't know what he looked like, but I do feel like he wore glasses. But he's got beat tapes too. But he's kind of like a new wave R&B singer that's kind of giving me that feeling back. But yeah, man, you don't get those Quiet Storm mixes like they used to record back in the day.
Man, Quiet Storm, man. That title right there, yo. That's Quiet Storm.
I didn't say Anita Baker either. I mean, another Detroit legend.
I knew you listened to her already. That's automatic.
Yeah. Right. That should have been the first name I said, honestly.
Yo, man, the Luthers, man, the Barges, yo, man, like, yo. So, okay, that's when I'm listening to your music, man, I definitely get that vibe. That it's like, yo, like you grew up listening to R&B, man. These are the songs. Like, we're gonna talk about some of your albums too, man, because you was, man. Yo, I ain't gonna skip questions right now. Yo.
No, I get the feels. I like to get my feels, bro.
Man, yeah, like I can hear your tracks like playing live and just the girls just going crazy over them, yo, because they be like, oh, that's my shit. Yeah, like, oh. You just flipped it, yo. Like the way you be flipping these joints is crazy, man.
Yeah. So yeah, that's when it comes to my mom's, but I know you asked about my brother too, so
shout out to Big Bro.
So my brother, he really put me on more. This is like more the conscious rap. This is like I love like conscious rap. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like I was like, it's crazy. Like I had to be like 5 or 6 when the Blueprint came out. But like I love the song Girls, Girls, Girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. And I'm not saying I like girls like that at 6 years old, but it was just so like I think that beat was crazy. I forgot what the sample is, but I know Just Blaze made that beat, and the way Jay-Z was just flowing on it was just crazy. So, I mean, the Blueprint, H to the Izzo, all of that stuff, that's really what, my brother put me on at like such an early age. Like, it's crazy that I could rap Jay-Z at 6 years old. And then like, obviously that comes with the territory with the Kanyes and the Commons and the Tribe Called Quest. Like, my brother put me on that stuff so early, man. Like, felt like I was ahead of my time as a kid a little bit.
Man, yo. So, like you said, like all of those are basically like grouped together, the Kanyes and, all of them. But yo, the simple fact that your brother, was he bumping CDs or cassettes?
Oh, CDs for sure.
CDs?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he had a cassette, but I feel like when I, started coming around, that was when CDs, early 2000s, that was when CDs started popping off finally, you know what I'm saying?
Man, yo, shout out to Big Bro for putting you on, man, to music, impactful music, man. He could have put you on to anything crazy, but
right.
But he didn't, you know what I mean?
He didn't. So I feel like that definitely like trained my ear in some type of ways, and like I kind of think that's why I just don't gravitate to trap like that either. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just never instilled in me. Probably because of my brother. So it's kind of crazy how just growing up can influence your taste.
Yeah, man. Shout out to your Big Bro, man. Like, yo, that's and majority of the time that's where we get our musical taste too. Like just our family members we hanging around, and then when we go to school, whether it be middle school, high school, that's when we start really getting our musical taste and cemented in. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like into our brain, man. So, yo, man. Very eclectic taste, man. Those are your 2 genres? Were there any other genres that y'all were listening to as well?
I mean, so I would say I'm a big jazz fan, but I wouldn't say I know it like I know hip hop and R&B. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't just ran off a jazz album that I love, but I was also in band, so I actually played in my middle school and part of the high school band. I played the trombone for a little bit. And my mom would take me to the Detroit Jazz Festival every year. And that was something I really did enjoy. You know what I'm saying? The Detroit Jazz Festival was always a good vibe, outdoors over the summer. And, I can't remember who I saw or any of the names, but, it was always a good time. And so I've always been into music. Like I said, I played in a band. I could read music for a minute. and I play a little piano myself too. So started teaching. That was something I learned in college. When I was just trying to. Actually, I take that back. I started learning a little piano after I quit band, like my senior year of high school. And I wanted to still do some type of music, so I started teaching myself piano. Shout out to YouTube. So
YouTube University.
Yeah, there. I know you're familiar with that.
Heck yeah, man, yo. So okay, boy, my brass section, brother, because I'm a trumpeter, So
yes, sir.
Yo, man, like when you were in band, you were learning, how to read music and how to just play music through the trombone and any other instruments that you might have just been messing around with. Like, what was that feeling like for you? And do you still like dib and dabble with the trombone, or is it mainly just the keys right now?
Nah, no trombone, bro. Have not played trombone since I quit band. Okay. But it was crazy. I used to love band. I loved it in middle school. And then it was kind of just like when I got to high school, I kind of fell out of it. I didn't like the music selection. Like I was never in marching band. I only did concert band. And even like the concert stuff was like, I don't know, my previous teacher, he just like picked really good music, like music that I just really vibed with. Then when I got to high school, I just didn't really gel with my man's taste of like what we were playing. It got boring. Then my friends quit, and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. And like, it was back then. I don't know how it is now, but back then, it wasn't 2010. Being in the band wasn't the cool thing either. So kind of had a little high school crisis, like, oh, do I want to be a band geek or what? But no, I really enjoyed my band experience. It's crazy, actually. My band was pretty good in middle school. We actually took a field trip to Chicago when I was in 8th grade and like played at the University of Chicago. It was crazy. And that was when I like first fell in love with Chicago. When I was like 13, like, yo, I don't know what's going on out here, but I gotta be out here eventually.
It's the energy, man.
Yeah, the air just felt different out there, man. This is something I knew as an 8th grader. And it's good to be here. So one regret I do have is I wish I would have played the saxophone, man. Like trombone was cool, but I think if I would have played saxophone, I would have stuck with it a little bit more.
Hey, it's always time to pick up a new.
It's true.
A new one. You could go to where we get instruments now, man. Your local store. And,
yo, that's a great question. I have no idea.
What's the other store that Guitar Centers?
Guitar Center, yeah.
Yeah, but I'd rather go to a local music store.
Right.
Right. Which is something I'm looking for right now in my local area, instead of going to the big mainstream one, you know what I mean? So
okay. You trying to pick up the trumpet again?
Yeah, I missed that thing, man. Like, yo, I used to play it in church, you know what I mean? Because in church, we would call people to like, yo, it's time to start this service in the morning, because we were 7-day Adventists. So start the service in the morning. All right, trumpet at lunchtime. Oh, y'all, it's done lunchtime. All right, sound the trumpet. All right, time to go home at the end of the day when the sun go down. Okay, sound the trumpet. So I was getting a lot of practice in church.
A lot of practicing, yeah.
Yeah, man. So, man, yeah, it's just a feeling, man. I really just miss trumpets. And that's why I like when I produce music, like I try and incorporate some type of brass in there as much as possible.
I feel that. Yeah, what I should have did, my school had like an after school jazz band, but I was just, you young, bro. You don't know what you want. I was just too lazy. Like, I don't want to stay after school. Like, why would I stay longer? Right. If it wasn't sports, you know what I'm saying? So maybe that was something I should have did too, just do jazz band after school, to stay, to love it a little bit more.
Man, and look at you now, man. You're creating your own soundscapes. Man.
Right, that's facts.
So, I mean, like, either way you went, man, you here right now.
Yeah.
Which is a great thing, man. So, yo, man, gotta give it up. Yo, okay, we got band, shout out to all the band geeks, man.
Shout out to all the band geeks, bro. We came far, bro. It used to be not cool at all to be a band geek.
Yeah. We was on some, what was it? Some Drumline when your what was it, high school teacher wasn't playing like the popular songs or the good songs. I mean,
Yeah,
that's a scene out of Drumline, man. He was like,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. He's like,
Like,
nobody want to hear.
right? No, I want to hear this.
You know, what I'm saying? Nobody want to hear that, man. We trying to play
Right.
something that people bump to, you know? So,
Yes, yes.
man. Okay, so man, okay, we deep in the history right now, man. So we got the family playing music, man. You got some musical geniuses in the fam, man,
Yeah.
including you.
And I didn't say like shout out to my pops too. I didn't bring up my pops. My pops has always been more like a bluesy type dude, but same thing. He kind of put me more on the like let's say like the male version Quiet Storm, like the Maxwells and
Okay.
the and like the Al Greens and stuff. So didn't want to leave Pops out because Pops he's not as a music head as my mom and my brother, but you know, he definitely still he'll pull out the Kim or something, you know what I'm saying?
Oh
like,
yeah.
and I'll be like, oh, this one of your like favorite songs. It'll like shock me, you know what I'm saying? So
Yo.
shout out to Pops too.
Yeah, shout out to Pops, man. Yo, so the whole family is boom in music,
Yeah.
right? You surrounded by it on a daily basis. You making your way through music, through band and what you're listening to and stuff like that. And then at what point in that did you decide like, yo, I think I want to make music, man. I'm gonna go ahead and try and make music.
Yeah. So pretty funny story. It started out in college. I got my cousin gave me he was my roommate too, but he let me mess around with this MK2 because he wasn't really using it. So I want to say I started like my sophomore year of college in the dorms where I first picked it up. And it's kind of funny. It's actually, if you go to my very first Instagram post, I think I literally posted a picture with the machine. It was like,
yeah,
I'm about to get in on this. And this
2013.
Was like 13,
yeah.
just 2013, dog. And bro, I didn't do shit that night. I really did not do anything. I didn't do anything that whole year actually with that machine in K2. So it's been my way of like making beats is I haven't been consistent in a long time. So that was like the first time I picked up a beat pad. I would say like 2016, I did start like actually getting a feel for the machine and started actually uploading stuff on SoundCloud. It's still on SoundCloud to this day. I got a little playlist on SoundCloud called College Beats. And honestly, they're not the best, but you know, it's kind of dope actually. A lot of those beats I actually been like, as of lately, I've been remaking. And you know, it's funny to hear the progression, and it's super dope to hear the progression of like the sample idea I had. And I just didn't have the knowledge at the time to make it what I sound like, but I was like, you know, I can reflip these and it's gonna sound dope. So shout out to Cozy.Cole.
Yeah.
At first I thought I was wasting my time, but it all comes full circle. But it really wasn't until COVID time. That's when I really got to work. That's when I was like, all right, you know, that's when you realize how much free time you had. And you know, when the world shut down, it was just like, now you just realize how much time you had. You know, I had no pressures of friends. You know, I'm in Chicago. You know, people always want to hang out, go out, go to the concert, go to this, blah blah blah. You know, all those pressures went out the window. It was just me and my laptop, and I was like, I got this machine. Like, let's get cracking. So that was when I released my first beat tape in 2020, and from there, just kind of been working to get better.
Man, yeah. So I was going to ask you. Oh man, I'm skipping. You know, I don't even care, man. You stay off script. I'm going off script.
We can go off script. It's all good.
So
I kind of went deep. So my bad.
So I'm listening to what track was I listening to today, man? I listened to like your whole discography today, man.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, I know he's a machine head just because I feel low. What was it? The MSXI Audio, man. They make sound packs for Machine.
Yeah.
And sound kits for Machine. And I can hear some of the sounds that when I first got my machine,
Yeah.
that's what I was like, yo, he flipped these crazy, yo.
Yeah.
Man, I was like, yo, man, I gotta ask him about that. So, yo, I mean, what is it about Machine? That are you still making music with Machine?
I am. Yep. I still am.
So, what is it about Machine that like just gets you into the like? Is it the best tool that you have right now to get your ideas out and freak your ideas to make them what you want?
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, it's the only tool I've ever messed with, to be real. But yeah, I just feel like with Machine, I just like the hands-on of it. Ableton. Obviously, there's hardware to it, but I do just like having the hardware and the software kind of, go hand in hand with Machine. To be honest, the what I want to say, like the organizing scenes thing, I feel like could be a little bit easier. But when it comes to like getting ideas out with Machine, it's nothing better. It's super intuitive to just get like a loop going and chopping up samples. Like that part is great. I just wish the organizing, like how you want to structure your song was a little bit better. So that's really my only complaint, man. And I know you use Machine too.
Yeah,
So,
man, yo, Machine Heads, yo, that's
Yeah,
another. Look at this, man.
Yep.
Man, yeah, yo, I think they came out with clips, right? So you remember they came out with the clips to where you can have your scene and then just select all of them and make them clips, and then you can move them how you want to move them. And yeah, that's what I've been messing with right now is
I did not know
clips.
that.
So you can record the pattern because it shows up as a pattern.
Yeah,
boom,
yeah.
Select that pattern, boom, make it all clips, and then you can just do it like that, man. So I think it's a right click or something like that to do.
Okay.
It. But yeah, man, like I know Machine is working. I know they came out with some new daggone keyboards. We don't need them on keyboards.
Yeah,
man.
Right. Literally, though.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, apparently they must. Yeah, man, they must have a lot of people that use the keyboards for live sets or in cinematic or music, some type of music production,
right?
Like that. So I get it, but yo, can we get a? You know what I mean? Can we get a? I know they came with Machine Plus. I'm not.
Oh yeah, there is Machine. Yeah, I'm probably not getting that one too. I'm overall happy with my MK.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, unless I was like, I can't travel with this thing, man. It's so
yeah.
It's
that's
like,
another thing.
So I either have to take my SP404 or I have to take my Koala on my phone and just do certain things like that, and then I'll just transfer everything. But yo, for you to be making your music on Machine for this long, man. If I had to ask one question, man, if you had a lot of beat makers that might tap into this that don't know which piece of machinery to start with or what software or anything like that, what would you recommend they do before they purchase something? Because these ain't cheap. It's like
it's definitely not cheap. So. No, I remember because like I said, I started on the MK2, but then I did, after I graduated school and started making a little money, and I bought the MK3, and I really just a lot of YouTube. I literally watched a YouTube video that said Ableton versus Machine, and I think I was just naturally biased towards Machine. The workflow was super familiar for me. It was like less. When I bought the MK3, I was like ready to go. I was kind of just like, I don't got time to learn a whole new DAW.
Oh, yeah.
I just kind of wanted to get cracking. So like I said, I looked into Ableton. I watched the video, and Ableton looked dope, but that was just my mindset at the time. But that would be my advice: is definitely just YouTube. Watch, like I said, there's literally a video that says Ableton versus Machine versus another DAW. I'm pretty sure that's out there, and it just compares all. Yeah, and it just like compares all three, like the Akai, I think it's like the third one. And it literally compares all three, like the strengths, the weaknesses of it, and kind of from there you can kind of just make your decision on what workflow is the best for you.
Man, so that's a internets. We here with Cozy.Cole G, man. So listen, I had I've been doing this whole crowd participation thing.
Yeah.
I threw up the thing today, but last week I got to everyone but one. So I'm gonna ask his question right now. For you, this is from Reliefs, and he said, "How do you decide which tracks get released together as an EP / album or single?" Shout out to Reliefs. Yeah.
Ooh, shout out to release. Oh, man, that's a good question. So for me, I don't know. For me, I feel like, I mean, for me personally, it's about does it sound like the vision that I'm trying to get? If I am working on a project, does it match like the vision of this project? That's the main thing. Whenever I drop a project, I try to make it pretty coherent, where it's all, it's not just like R&B and then I don't know, super boom bappy. Like my EPs are all like super R&B-ish, and then like my albums are kind of more, they're still R&B-ish, but I kind of put like a little bit more range into them because I put a lot of my own little sounds and own little tweaks more to it. So it's really all up to the vision, man. I say it's just like, if you got a vision for a single, definitely put it out. But if you got like a collection of tracks that all kind of sound coherent, definitely do an EP or album.
Man, yo, y'all heard it, man. Yo, you know what I'm saying? So
that's just me. I don't got the sauce like that. So.
Yeah, hey, you got the sauce, bro. Yeah, so, yeah, I had to ask that question, man. So because I know he was like, "Yo, how you forget about me, bro?" Like, I ain't forget about you, bro. I got funny. You, dog. Yeah, that's funny. But yo, let me ask this question, man. So you had the moment where you were like, "Yo, I want to create music." Was there ever a time where you were like, "You know what? I don't know if I want to create music no more, man. I might want to just divvy off and do something else," or has it always been, you know what, I still want to make music, I do it when I can, type of thing?
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. I mean, there are days where I'm just like, I really don't want to mess with music right now, like straight up. And like, there's kind of, there's days where I'm like, oh, I'm glad I got my 9 to 5, because if I had to do music right now, I'm not messing with it. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I mean, on the flip side of that, most of the time I would much rather do music, So I would say I'm still, like I said, I didn't get really serious about making music until 2020. So I still consider myself pretty early, So that feeling doesn't happen too many times. For the most part, I'm all about like, oh, I want to make music, and I would of course love to make music full time, have a career.
Man, so I always like to ask this, man. Since the moment that you first started making music, which was not too far ago, and till now, like if you go 10 years from now, and you not, where you want to be, or the financial accolades are not there yet, like, would you still want to make music? Would you still want to create music?
I think I would. I didn't even bring this up, but it's like, beats are cool. I don't really trip about people like rapping over my beats or using my beats. Like, this is more like, for me personally, like my main thing is I would just love to score stuff. That is like what my dream job would be, is to score. So I don't, I would see myself in 10 years still, definitely still trying to make music. And, I love visuals and music. That's something that really got me into it. And so, I see myself still definitely grinding out, still on machine. Maybe I'll upgrade by then, but still grinding out for music for sure.
Got you. Yeah, man. Okay. See, I had to ask that question because, and my next question right off of that is, if not music, what would you be doing? What would you be creating?
Ooh, that's a good one. I guess if I guess I would just mainly be maybe I won't be making music, but I'll definitely be throwing events surrounding music. Like maybe I'm managing somebody, or maybe I'm just curating DJs for certain events or something like that. So probably more like event management or music management or something along those lines.
Nice, man. Yeah. Okay. I had to ask that question. So, okay. I gotta ask this question, man. This might take you back a little bit
For sure.
in your history. So, do you remember that one beat, or it might be a couple beats or songs that you heard and it just blew your mind, man? You were like, yo, what the heck is this? Who made this? Like, yo, I gotta make this type of thing. Like, who or what was that for you?
So a couple of things. Let's start with the beat. So like I said, I've been listening to beat tapes for a minute, and mainly because of my brother. And I feel like I'm probably biased, but it's a lot of dope producers that come out of Michigan, man, or just like the Midwest in general. So I was able to get put on a lot of dope beats. But I'll never forget the day when my brother showed me 14 KT. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him.
Yeah,
he's from
LA. I mean, not LA, but he's California. Is he California?
He's based in California right now, but he's actually from Ypsilanti, Michigan.
Okay.
Which is like Ann Arbor area. That's like 45 minutes from Detroit.
Oh wait, so, I have his Now Later's album.
Yeah, yep. Now and Later. Yep.
Oh,
yeah. Yes, bro. I was bumping Now and Later's in middle school, bro. That was on my iPod Nano, bro. I used to play that all the time. But anyway, it's not off Now and Later's, but there's a beat. I'll never forget my bro showed me. It's called The Inside. And check it out, man. The video is super dope. This is like, when I watched this video, man, I was like, wow, this is like the sound I would love to curate, for somebody. It's just like a beautiful, first of all, 14 KT's drums are always crazy. He's one of the best like sample chops to me. I get a lot of influence from him. He's like a true king of R&B chops for sure. But check out the music video, man. It's just like every time he like hits a drum, it's like a spark out of his hand. And he's got, I don't even know who's the singer on it, but the singer is beautiful. I can't even describe it, bro. You just gotta check out the beat.
Man.
But 14 KT is crazy. And then I gotta always give it out to Kanye. Through the Wire, man, definitely changed, another game changer. And that was kind of like the first time I ever understood the concept of sampling, because I was like, I really messed with this song. And then my brother was like, do you know who Shaka Khan is? I'm like, nah, who's Shaka Khan? And then he showed me Through the Fire, and I was like, whoa. Like, I didn't even think sampling was a thing, you know what I'm saying? I'm like 11 or 12, I'm thinking like he's just like making this all by like just making it all up out of his head. I didn't even know sampling was like a concept then. So that was like my first realization of what sampling actually was.
Wow. Man, two amazing producers, man. 14 KT. I first got put on when he did a set for Beat Cinema in California. And I was like, yo, who the heck is this guy? Boom. Then did my research. Then I found Now Later's.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, man.
It's crazy because Now Later came out in like 2008, dog. Like,
oh my God.
That's what I was saying. I was in middle school listening to Now Later.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Tracks like that's got like Cherish on it. I think TNA. It's got a lot of dope beats in that.
Man, 14K. Shout out to 14KT, man. We were supposed to chop it up, but stuff kept getting in the way, man. So
he a busy man, probably. I get it.
Yeah, because at the same time he was in North Carolina because he was doing that. Remember they had the Knots versus.
Yes. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Remember that video came out?
Yes.
So he was there for that, man. So it was a lot going on, man. So I get it, man. So another one he had, man. I was like, I was geeking over is Nickel and Dime.
Nickel and Dimes. Yep, I know
Yeah,
exactly what you're talking
man.
about. Yep.
Yo, so that's another one, man. I gotta get that vinyl too, man. So,
Yeah.
but yo,
Shout
man,
out to 14.
yeah, shout out to 14K, K West, man, or Yeezus, or Yay,
Oh, whatever you want to call it.
whichever one, man.
It's Kanye, bro.
Kanye West.
Yeah.
Yo. Okay, so that's your mind blowing moment. And then you go try and create the music and then you're on this journey trying to figure out your sound, right? Which they say it takes 10 years for you to play like you know what I mean? So have you figured out the sound you're going after for you, like your specific sound, or are you still experimenting with different things?
No, I would definitely say I think that was the big thing I learned last year with my 2 projects I dropped in 2022 was finding my sound. Like all my projects, 2020, my early in 2021, like they cool, but I don't really it's sometimes I listen to them and I'm like, oh, I should have did that a little bit differently, or why did I do that? You know what I'm saying? But 2022, I think I really found like what I was looking for, just with the samples and just like, even, a big thing I've been doing is finding people to play bass on a lot of my tracks. And I feel like that makes such a big difference, and it just makes everything sound so much warmer when you have a live bass player. Shout out to my guy, Aaron Green, another Michigan cat, dope producer. I've known him for a minute, and pretty much on my 3 Pounds Beat Tape 2 project, he played bass lines for like all my tracks.
Man, that this 3 pound, matter of fact, let's get into it, man. So let's talk about these albums, man. So for the internets, man, I'm a link where you can find Cozy.Cole G's discography, man. So don't worry about it, man. I'm gonna help you all out, so just scroll down in the description of the show, click the link, boom, and they take you right to it. But man, and support on Bandcamp, man. Support on Bandcamp.
Yes, sir, Bandcamp.
Streaming is cool, but the artist, the musician, ain't really eating off the little fractions of a penny,
right.
So,
facts.
But I don't want to get too deep on that, but it's facts though.
Yep.
So, but this 3 Pounds Beat Tape, man, came out August 2020, man. Crazy slappers on there. First of all, I gotta ask, are you an introvert?
It's crazy. Like I would for the most part, but I like to be outside sometimes. I can't lie. But when I'm outside though, I'm not like the attention getter. It's more like I go to a lot of events that I'm naturally interested in, and people, so I'm just like able to naturally connect with a lot of people there, you know what I'm saying? So, and that's why I get hit up about like so many events, like let's hit up this art show, let's hit up this festival. Oh, did you hear so-and-so is playing, like patronality, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm always wanting to be at the crib. Like I love being at the crib at the end of the day, but you can't be at the crib all the time. You got to get out and meet people too. So that's something I came to realize as I got older.
Yeah, man. Yeah, can't be locked in the hole.
You can't be locked in the hole too long. So,
so yeah, man. That's another gem, man. You just dropped too, man.
Yeah.
So get out, man. Just go experience some things, man. You can't be making music the whole time. Like,
yeah, you can't.
You gotta live life, yo.
You gotta live a little stuff.
Get some inspiration from somewhere else. Like where you live at right now in Chicago. And I know that scene is bubbling. Because B4 Lasers is all about shouting y'all out, yo.
Yep.
So yeah, he just started. I gotta find the name for it, man. But he just started his own beat.
Yep, Beatmakers Toolbox.
Yeah, Toolbox.
Yeah, I was there last Sunday. Yeah, that was Sunday.
Yeah, man. Yo, how was that, man?
Yo, this man had us. It was super dope. This man had us cooking outside, bro, and we were like. We were going crazy, but he took care of us. We did it. So we did it at this record shop called Miyagi Records. Who they work with the beat scene quite a bit actually. And it was kind of similar to Flip the Beat Club, but it was just more like a before Lasers type of influence, you know what I'm saying? So he had drinks ready for us. He had a taco vendor ready for us, you know, if we need food. And this man he bought turntables for us to sample off of, to sample off vinyl. So he kind of gave us two options. He was like, you can either dig this free crate of vinyls, or you can, the Duck World sample packs are still going on. So he's like, or you can do the Duck World flip. So me personally, I did one of the Duck World flips, and then he gave us about 2 hours to flip it, and then we played it for everybody, and it was just, super dope.
Listen, yo, the internets, man. Listen, I want to set the scene for y'all, yo. Listen, before Laser starting off his event, and they're cooking up in it looked like an alleyway.
Yeah, I don't know if you know Chicago like that, but Chicago, that's just how the infrastructure is for a lot of buildings. It's like a lot of alleys, a lot of outdoor spaces where it's like, yeah, it is kind of like an alleyway, but that was just like right behind the building. So
man.
It was some bees out there that was kind of bugging us, but you had to fight the elements.
Yo, man, like it just, all of y'all were just chilling, creating like on the ground, just oh man, yo, the pictures don't do it enough justice, man, because man, I wish I could have been there for that. But yo, it looked like it was a good time. Everybody had a great time, and it's just the beginning. So hopefully, and I'm pretty sure anybody listening in the Chicago, Illinois area, Indiana area, like go down to Miyagi Records, man. Check them out, but then tap in with B4 Lasers. Yeah, what he's got going on too, man. He's doing.
It was someone from St. Louis that pulled up. He was just like, I heard about this, and he pulled up on us. I was like, that's love.
How far is St. Louis from Chicago, man?
Yeah, I don't know actually, but
it's far though.
It's far though. I mean, it's far there. I want to say like 3 hours, but don't quote me. I don't know.
Yeah, that's far. That's love, yo.
Yeah.
Yo, man. Okay, so we got to get back. I just had to give a shout out to my guy, man.
For sure. That's my guy too.
You know what I mean? So, yo, this 3 Pounds beat tape, man, came out 2020, man. This is, middle of pandemic, going on, and you crafting this project, man. First track is Introverted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then it goes to Monk Mind. So I'm like, so when I'm listening to it, I'm like, oh man, where's this going to go? I'll just look at the names first, and then I'm like, all right, let me press play from the very first track to the very last track. Like what went into you creating this beat tape, man, this project?
Yeah, man, it was the first project, and obviously I think a lot of people felt pretty isolated during 2020. I'm gonna be honest, I don't like that project anymore. It's not because like I said, it was my first project. That's literally when I said like, oh, I should have did a lot of things differently. But it's all about learning. But that's why I leave it up there so people can hear the progression. But my mindset is, it was just like a very isolated time when you just didn't know what was going to happen. Like I was low key scared. Like I was like, damn, should I move back to Michigan or do I stay in Chicago? I was with a girl I dated at the time. We were kind of like cooped up together, and we were like, what do we do? And she was like from LA, and she was like, do I want to go back to LA? And I'm like, do I want to go to Michigan? It was just so much going on, bro, because no one knew what was going to happen. And so yeah, that was kind of just like a lot of the names just kind of came from that, just like, a day in the life where it's just like, just cool out, just like chill, just know it's gonna be cool.
Yeah, man. Then you go from 3 Pounds beat tape to Need for Space.
yeah, I know, right?
Yo, so I'm like, all right, I know where this. Everybody had that feeling a little bit.
Yeah.
Like you just, man, it was that's a crazy time, man. Like,
yeah, it was,
man. So, Need for Space. That's another dope project, man. Which, I like. Can you talk about this album? Because is that another album that you don't feel too hot about?
It's kind of that's all 2020, man. Honestly, it's I think I had really good I'm not saying I regret doing them. It's something you got to do. That's one advice I would definitely say. It's just like you got to drop to get better at the end of the day.
Right.
But at the same time, it's a learning experience. So no, I can still talk about that project. It's all a little fuzzy to me, but like I said, I don't really go back to it that much. But
Gotcha.
yeah, I don't mind talking about it.
Okay. Blacksmith. You have a track on here. You don't have to feature Blacksmith. So that what his lyrics, what he was saying, man. Who is Blacksmith? First of all, how did y'all connect for that track? Yeah.
Funny enough, that's my brother. So that is my older brother. Everything coming full circle. Yeah, my older brother actually. This is another reason why I'm so into music and just in that scene. Because like he's 8 years older than me, so like when he was in college and started rapping, I was like 10. I was like 9 or 10, and yeah, he was just really big in the Detroit hip hop scene. So everyone in Detroit know my brother. He a local legend over there, and I got 2 little nephews now, so he don't rap like that anymore, but he still got bars for sure. And it was always a dream of mine to just collab with my brother. So that was I take that back. That wasn't our first track we did. First track we ever did was called Seasons Change, which was on that 3 Pounds beat tape first project. So yeah, man, it's always a good time. Usually I think I'm gonna have a thing where I always want to just have a track with my brother since he was so influential to my music taste.
Man, yeah. Shout out to Blacksmith, man.
Yeah.
Yo, he's doing this thing, man. Like,
yeah.
I was listening to I listened to all of them today, but I was listening to Universal Mastery too, man.
Yeah.
That joint came out in 2021, man. So that's March, right? So
yeah.
Like Universal Mastery, man. Tell me about this album, because the cover art is very retro video game. Yeah, man. That's dope, yo.
Yeah, I mean, I love video games. I mean, I don't really play games like that anymore, but I grew up with a lot of I love video game music. So when I was young, there's a series called Final Fantasy that I used to it's kind of older, like the first one probably came out in the 90s. So I used to watch my brother just play this game, and I was just like, when it's just music, it's just looping, you know what I'm saying? But it's something about, like I said, visuals and music that just like get me going. So a big influence of that album was just like, it's kind of the common themes like, peace and, just like meditation, and just like, I was very on a more ambient kind of vibe on that one, I would say, for sure. And that's kind of where I get, shout out to like New Jabees and stuff like that. That influence definitely came in mind with the Universal Mastery project.
Yeah.
Still another project. I'm like, I wish I did some stuff differently. we getting better though,
Yeah. I definitely hear the progression, but I'm, who the heck am I to judge somebody else's music? You know what I mean? So, but I could definitely hear the progression, like your sound choices were different, like your chops is different, like everything, man. So your mixes is different, all that type of stuff, man. Then you go from Universal Mastery to Some Loops for You, man, which this joint is amazing. It's an EP, but it's fire though.
No, this is when, all right, now I'm kind of like, all right, we getting into like what I'm kind of currently on. A new thing I'm kind of trying to do is just like a little R&B EP, like every, I just like in the wintertime when it's like Thanksgiving, Christmas time, like I just get in a very big R&B type of mood, where R&B just hit different. And you in Texas, right?
Right. Yep.
Okay. So you don't get snow, but
nah, we don't get to snow. If you get snow, something happening, yo.
right. Man, I guess, I'm not, it's different in the Midwest, bro. When it's like cold and snowy and R&B, it's just like the feeling is unmatched. And that's kind of just like a thing I'm trying to do, is just every winter do a little R&B EP. A lot of the tracks I was sampling is just what I was honestly listening to at the time. And I'm like, damn, I should like flip these. And I like it. You know, it was kind of I kind of got the influence from. I don't know if you ever listened to Budgie. You ever listen to Budgie?
No, I don't think I have.
Uh,
But I will
but
now after this though.
no, check out Budgie. He kind of started a series that definitely influenced me. He calls it Panty Soakers, and and it was like this one. His are more albums, but I'm gonna sound such a nerd. I think it was like Panty Soaker 6 or something like that. And that was like the first one I heard, and I was like, damn, I just want to do like a little EP, you know, like a little moody EP in the wintertime. I just feel like it would hit more, you know. So that's kind of like the little background story of that.
Man, yo, we allowed to geek out, man. So yo, this is what we do here. We geek out on music,
Right.
man. So yo, man, but yo, that joint is crazy fire, man. Then we get back to 3 Pounds Beat Tape number 2.
Yeah,
This is now the progression is steady climbing.
right.
You know what I mean? You get in Introverted 2, and then you got Blacksmith, your brother, and Aaron
Yup.
Green. They was, man, yo,
Yup.
your beats is crazy, but then just the way that you put the tracks, like you laid them out, like what's that called again?
Like the sequencing.
Yeah, sequence.
Yeah.
Just the way you sequence this project, man. I was like, yeah, he did his thing, yo. So
Yeah.
talk to me about 3 Pounds Beat Tape number 2. Like, what 3 pounds? What is that?
Oh yeah, I haven't get into that. Man, so it's like not that deep, but it is. But it's like I was born 3 pounds, a premature baby, and you know, obviously not that I remember being born and in the hospital or anything like that. But you know, it kind of just like this kind of idea I had even before I really was making beats. Like when I start making stuff, I'm gonna make something personal for me, and just the fact that I was 3 pounds, kind of just like, damn, I could have not been here. You know what I'm saying? Because I was born with like very bad lungs or something like that. And so it's just kind of like my motto. It just kind of just teaches me to be grateful for everything. And yeah, just happy to be here, man. So 3 Pounds Beat Tape to me is just like, this is Cole G just giving you his all, you know, just because he's here. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where the name comes from, but definitely where I noticed the progression started hitting in, and that's exact. And even the second track, Heavy and Sublime, that's an example where I was like, those are one of the college beats that I recreated. So if you go on my SoundCloud and go to that little college beat section, I sampled that. That was like one of the first beats I sampled in like 2015. So to like recreate that. And that's like my like most popular beat, and it's a dope beat.
Man, yo, that album is crazy. I was bumping that. Yo, I was doing the yard this morning, so
Yeah,
yo, I was bumping. I was like, yo, wait till we talk about these albums.
Yeah.
Yo.
And shout out to my guy. I'm gonna give his name is Eddie Logic, another Detroit cat. He was the one that mastered the project, and you know, I kind of gave him an idea to how to sequence it, and he killed that shit. So
Man,
shout out to Eddie Logic.
Eddie Logics.
Yep, Eddie Logic.
Yo, shout out to you did this thing, man. Like everybody incorporated with this project did a great job with this project, man. Like all the way down to Weak Flow, Perfect Day. Man, like so talk to me about that song, man. Weak Flow, Perfect Day, featuring Blacksmith and Aaron Green. Who is Aaron Green? How did this song come to be?
Yeah, so kind of like I said, so Aaron Green is the dude that played bass on all those tracks. And like I said, this man, Aaron Green, he a beast. He go crazy. He can sing. He can make crazy beats. He can go crazy on the, I want to say he can play saxophone too. He's just an overall excellent musician. And yeah, the Weak Flow track was just, it was a beat. It's a what's the name? Cleo Soul sample. He's familiar with Cleo Soul?
Cleo Soul?
Yeah, CLEOSOL.
Dang, I haven't. Yeah, now I'm a researcher.
Yeah, check out Cleo Soul when you got a minute. But it's one of her tracks like super slowed down. And I was just like, this is just looping it. I was like, this is a dope loop. And kind of just threw some drums on it. sent it to my brother, not think more just like a check this out. I think it would be like a dope interlude. And he was like, I want to rap on this. And then the Perfect Day track is actually a track him and my brother and Aaron already started. So, when he sent me that, I was like, oh, I can add some dope stuff to this track. And then I was just like, those were two separate tracks originally. And I was just like, yo, these kind of like go hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a part one, part two. And so I was like, what if I just put like a little break in there and then we just go right into Perfect Day? And that's where that came from.
Man, yeah, that switch up, yo.
Yeah. Those were two completely separate tracks, but I was just like, yo, these kind of go hand in hand. Like, let's just put them together.
Boy, yo, that's switch up, and then their flows for each separate track, man. Yo, man, like, yo, they did their thing. The bass lines on this joint, incredible as well, man. Like, yeah, when I was listening to it, I was like, yo, the bass lines really pop on this joint, man. And they're like crispy and like, oh man, they're kind of at the forefront, but then the drums. Yeah, the master of this project, amazing, man. So
yeah.
Man, mixing, like, do you mix it yourself too?
I do. I do all the mixing myself. And it's funny because like I'll never forget one of the first thing I got like not criticized on, but like that's why I don't talk about that first project, man. I feel like it's mixed so badly, dog. It's crazy. Which it is in my opinion, but that was just something I really focused on was like the art of mixing 4 or 3 pound beat tape too, because I just always felt like, and it's still within my strong point, mixing is not, I still don't really know about that stuff. And like I know what clipping is, but like I just don't really, I haven't really put the energy to like really master the art of clipping and what decibels all your places should be. So I mix by ear. I feel like I'm getting better at it, but I did mix it myself.
Wow, yo, man, definitely getting way better with the mixing, man. Just the way you're doing everything right now, man. The evolution is there.
Yeah,
that leads me to some loops with love.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Some loops, yo. You definitely, yo, internets, man. Yo, listen, if y'all like beats that have that soul, that got love included in them, everything ain't all about boom, 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 shooting and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, put a little love in your heart, man.
Put a little love in your heart, bro.
Yo, man, like this is one of them ones, man. Like the cover, yo, you staring out the window with the beat shit right there.
Yeah,
that shit is fly. Yo, who did the cover art for this joint, man? Some loops with love.
Yeah, so like I said, I'm kind of doing a series with that, similar to how I said, shout out to Budgie, how he got that Panty Soaker series. But it's such a wild name. But I'm trying to start a series with that where I just do an EP every winter. And I did I think I found someone from Fiverr to do that one. Just like once I had all the tracks done, normally with an album cover, I go through like Fiverr. I'm just like, all right, whose art is kind of like speaking to me right now? And I know I put the artist, I'm blanking on her name. I put the artist on the post, obviously. But I want to say she was based in like Indonesia or something. And she went crazy. So, shout out to Fiverr. Use Fiverr if you ever never checked it out. There's a lot of dope artists. You can find anything on Fiverr. You can find someone to play bass on your track on Fiverr. And it's very cheap too. So definitely check out Fiverr.
Hey, that's a jewel internet. See what I'm saying? That's a jewel. Y'all better scoop that thing up, boy.
Yeah, even I even say the track Push and Pull on that 3 pound beat tape too. If you go back to that track, I found someone on Fiverr to play trumpet on that movie. So like, or not trumpet, but it was a saxophone. So yeah, man. Yeah. Don't sleep on Fiverr.
Don't sleep on Fiverr. I've had a few things on Fiverr, but I didn't know that you could do like, parts like people can add to your beats and stuff.
Yeah,
I didn't know
man.
That,
yeah, it was my first time ever doing it for this project, and I was like, this is a game changer.
was it pretty seamless? Like the interaction between the other individual?
It was. That man was I was working with everyone from a different country, I guess, but I forgot what country in Africa he was. The only issue was like we were on different time zones, but No, he would send me a take, and I would tell him literally what I like on this tape. I'd be like, keep this part. Can you do something else during this part that like go more with the chords, for example? And yeah, it was pretty seamless. Obviously, yeah, I go back and forth a little bit, but it's all part of the process, all part of the fun.
Wow. Man, yo, that's a Fiverr plug, man. Yo, we just got a new Infinity Stone.
Yeah, they're collect them all.
Collect them all, man. So I gotta ask you this, man. I saw the track about Gldnmnd, which he's influenced a lot of beat culture as well.
Yeah.
So can you talk about like his importance to you and and how you create your music? Like what does Gldnmnd mean to you?
Oh man, so important. That's another example I should have brought up when you said what beat changed your life. It was the first time I watched Samurai Champloo, and that opening song came on, and I was like, this is like when even just like late night Adult Swim bumps in general, it's crazy to me. But when I watched that opening, I had to be like super young, like 12, 13. I was like, what was that? And I literally, like, I enjoyed the anime, but I literally watched to make sure like another episode was coming just so I can listen to that opening song. And then got on YouTube and yeah, just fell in love with Gldnmnd, like straight up. And the song, I did like sample one of the songs. I sampled the song Another Reflection, which is another beat that I love by him, and kind of just added my own twist for it for that last track on the album.
Man.
So this is another reason why I love like anime and visuals, because that's all Gldnmnd is. He's the pioneer of putting hip hop and anime and why it syncs so well together.
Mm-hmm. Man, yeah, man, yo, that his impact still being felt, man. We lost him, but
yeah,
his impact is still being felt to this day. So
yeah,
shout out to all the Gldnmnd, man. Rest in power, man.
Yeah, rest in power.
And I gotta ask you this, man. Top 5 anime for you.
Ooh. Top 5 anime.
Yeah, we going there, man. I know it's a lot.
It's a lot. So I do know I can probably do my 1 and 2. I'm gonna say 1 Attack on Titan, 2 Death Note. The rest no order, but I'll say Yu Yu Hakusho. Man, what else did I like? Maybe Chainsaw Man. Feel like I'm missing something. I didn't say Berserk. I don't know if you ever watched Berserk.
Berserk.
Yeah, that's definitely one of my favorites.
I seen it. I just saying click on it.
yeah, Berserk, and then shoot. I think what did I say? I think I'm on 4. Maybe just Full Metal Alchemist. Probably my top 5.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
So you definitely in the deeper parts of anime.
Obviously, shout out to Dragon Ball Z and stuff, but like those were like the early ones.
Yeah, man. I had to ask that question. Now I can ask this question, man. So, you where you are right now, growing up, who were your like the people, music producers that you looked up to? And then I'll ask part 2 to that question when you get done.
So growing up,
and no genres off limits either.
For sure. So like obviously there's Dilla and Gldnmnd, but I know they're the guys of beat making. So I kind of want to give more shine. Obviously a huge influence, but I kind of want to give more shine to people that don't get their flowers. So I must obviously say for 14KT. I'm gonna say, well, this man gets plenty of flowers, but Kanye. Q-Tip. I feel like Q-Tip does not get enough flowers for his production. He's a great producer. I love everything about Q-Tip. That's like probably my favorite artist overall of all time. You ever heard of Illingsworth?
Oh yeah, man, yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, his beats is crazy, but he's super funny, man. That guy's a comedian.
He's super funny, dog. So it's crazy. I know Illingsworth since I was like 9. He's kind of around the age of my brother. My brother met him when he was in college. Like he was at my brother's wedding. So I know Illingsworth like my whole life and been listening to his stuff for a minute. So shout out to Illingsworth. He's like you said, one of the funniest dudes ever.
Right.
Yeah, man. I mean, someone else who I feel like this is kind of more like the R&B in me, but Tricky Stewart?
Tricky Stewart. I never heard of him.
Oh, you gotta look up Tricky Stewart. I can't tell you what R&B tracks he produced today, but he made a lot of TLC stuff. Maybe not TLC. I think I'm thinking of someone else, but look up Tricky Stewart. He's crazy. I can't think of what tracks he made at the moment, but he's definitely a very big influence on like R&B and kind of the sounds that I gravitate to.
Nice, man. That's a nice collection. Now I'm gonna do more research because
shit.
Man. So, yo, man. So I gotta ask you this as well, man. Like where you are right now, who is Cozy listening to right now, man? Like who are your contemporaries are you bumping on a daily basis?
I'm gonna still keep it just producer wise. Obviously, I listen to a lot of songs too, but I probably listen to more beat tapes nowadays than like real songs. Real talk.
Mm-hmm. That's where I'm at too.
Yeah, like that's really what I'm on. So like I'm a big, Ali.
Ali.
Yeah. I love Ali. He's like one of my favorite producers of all time as well. I actually met him. If you ever listen to Beat Kool-Aid, he did a Beat Kool-Aid show in Chicago. No, this shit was so dope. It was at someone's crib, like on the south side. And it was like me and Ali were just like straight up chopping it up while he was like smoking outside. It was super dope.
Ali Wan Kenobi.
No, it's Ali.
Just Ali?
Yeah, it's AHWLEE.
Oh,
and
okay.
Yeah, definitely check him out, man. He's got some dope beat tapes. You would really like that.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about now?
Yeah, because I first heard him. He's got the album
God's
with,
Connect.
God's Connect, and then half of his head is cut off on one of his album covers.
Yep.
Oh man, I can't remember the name of it, but
it's 1991.
Man, that thing is okay. Yeah, keep going, man.
No, you're good. No, that 1991 is like one of my favorite. I think it's 1991 or the 1992.
It's
one of those. But that is like one of my favorite beat tapes of all time, and he's a legend, bro. Who else? Obviously, shout out to Knowledge, another influence. Twami, always been a big fan of Twami.
Twami.
Yeah.
He's a beast, yo.
Another one of my favorite producers. So, he was a big influence. You ever listen to Camo B?
Camo B. No.
He produced all the No Names Telephone album, and that was just like a really influential album. That like taught me like your drums don't always have to be so hard, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like when Telephone dropped from No Name, this was like 2016, and I feel like this is when trap was like really getting there. So I mean, one thing about I really appreciate that album is just like I remember me and the homie described the album. It's like it sounds like super childish, but it's like very I don't know. I can't describe it. It's just like a very good. Like, it's the reason why I love coherent albums so much was just based off Telephone by No Name and Camo B's production.
Man, yo, you put me on game right now.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I got probably more. I'm thinking of. Oh, check out someone named Killer B too. He's a dope producer. He's definitely influenced me a lot too. He's a homie too. Like I don't know him personally, but we always be like send each other messages on Instagram and just like I always compliment his tracks, he compliments mine, so he's super dope. And sorry, shout out to your boy Radical too. Like when I said in the beginning that he was one of my favorite producers now, like I meant it. Like he is so dope. Like
Man,
Radical was crazy.
Radical, man, my guy.
Yeah, he goes
Yo,
crazy.
he doing his thing, man. He MCing too right now,
Yeah, I see
yo.
that. Yeah,
So,
he's spitting bars.
and he's another one that's like led by the R&B vibe too. Like
Mm-hmm.
he definitely like, yo, I love shout out to Radicule,
Shout out
man.
to
Yo,
Radicule.
doing his thing. He
I
just
love
released.
I love his marketing too. Like I love the way he markets himself.
Yeah, man. The packaging for his
Yeah,
projects.
yes, yes. It goes
Young.
stupid.
Yeah, I'm saying got a little train card and
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? He loved baseball. Like man. Yo, that's my guy, man. So
Mm-hmm.
yo, shout out to everybody you named, man. I'm gonna go back and do some research, and now you put me on to new people.
Yep.
So, and then the internet to hear this, and they gonna be put on and do. You know what I mean? That's why we do this, yo.
Yep.
That's why I asked that question, man. So, yo, I'm a few more questions because
I'm
we've been
game,
talking,
bro.
yo.
Yeah, we've been chopping it up for real.
And we already talked about what you create with. I gotta ask this question. Before you started, where you are right now, but what's one thing you wish you knew before you started creating music?
It's a good question. I guess before I started creating music, or like, yeah. I guess one thing is like, I guess I used to be very insecure about like my numbers and stuff. Like, oh, not enough people are playing it, blah blah blah. I definitely felt, even the early stuff, I definitely fell into the trap of like fake streams and all that stuff. You know how you get marketed all those like little, we'll put you on this playlist and blah blah blah. Like, bro, don't do that shit. It's so much better to just be like genuine, with your fan base, and just like, and like there's an audience for everyone at the end of the day. Something I learned after dropping my first couple beat tapes. Like you just have to find them, and that's kind of part of the fun to it. It's dope when it's way better now, even though the numbers might not be super high, but I feel way more better about myself when I get a random DM on IG saying like, yo, this beat was dope. You know what I'm saying? Than like looking fake and having a bunch of streams. So that was something I used to trip about when I was first starting out, because just all my, you see all your favorite producers, you trying to be like them. It's just like, yeah, man, that's advice I have. Don't trip about that stuff. It will come naturally for sure.
Yeah. Be authentic, man.
Be authentic. That is the thing. Yeah, be authentic.
Man, yeah. Like, here's the thing about, because I got hung up on that too. I'm like, yo, why ain't nobody listening? But
yeah,
here's the thing, like, when we're starting out, nobody knows who you
are. No one knows. Like, how do you think people are gonna know?
Right. Yes. You have no track record. Right. You haven't performed at any events.
Nope.
Like, you literally are just starting, man. So just take your time and just carve your sound out, man. That's all you do, and then build momentum. Now, momentum is the biggest thing that can either help us or hurt us.
Yeah.
I'm noticing that as a creator too. It's like, I can make a beat every day. Like, that's the goal, to make a beat every day. But then if I stop making a beat for like 2 days, then it's kind of a little bit difficult to kind of get started again. But yeah, man, it's momentum, man. So keep the momentum, man. Momentum, keep learning. Everything's gonna be okay, man.
Yeah, and when you get that momentum, you learn just like naturally stuff would just like pop up for you, like,
right,
and you won't even expect it.
Right.
Especially out here in Chicago, bro. I've done the most random beat sets at the most random places, and it's been the dopest times. So, yeah, man, it's super dope.
So can we talk about Chicago, man? Talk about the beat scene in Chicago. What is that looking like? Like who should the internets be on the lookout for from the Chicago beat scene?
Man, So many people, dog.
I know y'all got a grip.
It's so many people. I just want to give. I'll start talking about some other producers later, but I do want to give a shout out to all the what I want to say, the people that are allowing us to play at these, like all the different scenes. So like
the venues,
the venues. You probably heard of like Open Beats that goes down every last Friday of the month. Shout out to Fest Grandioso. And then you got another thing called Open Swim. Shout out to Slade. That's another Michigan cat. Slade is a dope producer and pretty big DJ here in Chicago. Like when I go out, I'm normally like, okay, where's Slade DJing at? Because I know he's gonna play the right stuff. But he got a really dope thing called Open Swim where we play beats on a Thursday at an arcade bar. And then you got this thing called the Chopping Block. Shout out to my guy Stepchild. He doesn't really do anything like monthly, but when he does create something, it's such a vibe. And he'll normally create something like on a rooftop or like at someone's crib or at a record shop. You never know where he's gonna be at, but you know what you get when you pull up. So yeah, man, the Shy Beat scene is crazy. And I mean, I'll honestly say, like, when I first started performing, you brought up that momentum, like, and I remember first time performing was back in 2021, I believe, and it was at Open Beats. And I was super nervous. And like once you start performing, bro, it becomes second nature. And once you start keep doing it, you just meet so many people, it's a dope feeling. So shout out to a lot of people. Shout out to the B4, shout out to Backpack Beats, shout out to my guy Care Package, Unregistered User, Craig J. There's so many homies, bro, but I don't want to waste your time just shouting out people.
Nah, you good, yo. That's the people. Yo, we need to be tapped in with them, man. Keep shouting them out, man. So
yeah,
yo, Sunday music sessions. What is that?
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. So that's something me and some homies started. We, as you can tell, I'm just overall like a music head, and me and some homies, we would just get together on Sundays. And we would just like pick a theme, and we'll just get at someone's crib, have a couple of drinks, we're just chilling, nothing crazy, and we'll just like talk about music. We'll like have a theme, like for example, the theme might be a song you drive into at night, and we'll all pull up to my homie's crib, have a song in mind, play the song, and then we'll just talk about it and like why we chose that song. And so this was just something I was doing with the homies, where it's just like 6-7 people, we'll invite some friends. And then we just like invited a bunch of people one day, and people were like, yo, you should like do this like publicly. And we done so far 2 public events where I'm kind of like more of about curating the sound. I'm kind of like the in-house DJ for it. But really what I've been doing is just getting my homies to come DJ and kind of just put them on. We kind of do different sections where we have like a DJ spinning when people get here. And then we'll have that time where we literally pull, since we got so many people coming now, we literally pull tracks out of the hat, and then we'll have the DJ play the song, and then we'll have someone talk about it, essentially. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's kind of like a music book club in a way. So it's something me and my homies started. We literally just did our first event in July. And then we just did our second one last month. So no, we did our first one in June, and then we did our second one in July. So we've been getting positive feedback and hoping to keep going.
So is there another one scheduled, another event scheduled soon, or?
We working on that. We still trying to figure out dates, but there is something coming soon. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Keep us tapped in, man. We want to know so we can send the bat signal out, help you all out.
Yeah, no, appreciate that, man. So super dope, just something different to throw for the people.
Dope, man. Yo, so that's I was like Sunday morning music sessions, but then y'all have like a thing inside of there to where you can become a member.
Yep.
And it's like a deep member, you know what I mean? Like, can you talk about that part, man?
Well, so that was our sponsor. So shout out to my guy. His name is Gldnmnd. He kind of started his own social club. So for our last event, he was like our sponsor, and he was the one that provided our venue. So it's not like you become a member of Sunday Sessions. It's more like you're becoming a member of the social club, which throws like events. So Gldnmnd also, and he's a founder of ACC Club. He was the one that sponsored the space. You know, he it was kind of just like a joint event, and that's what we're looking for. We're trying to work with different sponsors where it's like we can help. Hey, this is like kind of more of a. It's not just like a big ass party. It's kind of more of like a. I don't want to say professional, but you know.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah. I mean, not like professional, but it is like more organized. It's more structure to it, and so we kind of just want to work with different people or different sponsors. Like, hey, we're going to promote your social club or your company, whatever you got, and we're also going to bring good music. So that's kind of like our motto right now.
Nice. Yo, Sunday music sessions, yo. That's dope, man. That's super dope. I like the kind of like a music club idea where you talk about your track. That's dope too. Like, listen, we doing some amazing things out here in this world, man. But
yeah, man.
Everybody, if you don't know, now you know. Like, now if you're in the Chicago area, link with the homie Cozy. You know what I mean? He gonna tell you all about it, man. So, man. All right. So, final two questions. Excuse me. Final two questions. What should the internets look out for the rest of 2023 from Cozy.Cole G?
Man, so 2023 has been an interesting year for me. I kind of been, don't get me wrong, I've been creating, but I haven't been, trying to drop projects like that. I kind of been, I like to take, not gap years, but like, take a break from dropping. Yeah. Really what I've been doing a lot is performing, and I've been traveling hella too. So for 2023, I might do an R&B project in the winter. If the feels come in and the energy's right, I'm gonna try to do that. But I can't say I'm gonna drop a project for sure. But like I said, I've been focusing more on performing. So earlier in like April, I was actually out in the Bay Area, and I was with the homie SideQuest and like Keith Ledger. Shout out to SideQuest too. That's the homie.
Shout out to SideQuest.
Shout out to SideQuest, bro. Yo, SideQuest, he showed me so much love because he was one of the first person I knew in the Bay Area. Before I came out there, I was like, yo, I'm about to come out. I got friends out there too, but I was like, yo, I want to do something with beats too. I'm not just gonna, not do something with beats while I'm in the Bay. And he plugged me in and gave me like a place to stay. And yeah, man, we rocked the show too, and it was super dope being in the Bay. And I went to the Flip the Beat Club in San Francisco and met like DiBiase, and I met Monserrat. I met all the cats you interviewed, bro. So that was super dope. But yeah, that's what I've been on really this year, is just focusing on performing. And really just more like networking, this kind of been like my network type of year versus like dropping tracks and, performing in front of different cities and everything. I went to New York too. Didn't do a performance, but went to New York for a little bit as well.
That's what it's about too. It's not just, making beats, but that networking aspect is super important, man. So like, what was it like meeting the OGs, the architects?
It was crazy.
DiBiase and Monserrat, man.
Shout out to them, man. Shout out to them. DiBiase got something dope. It was dope cooking up beats and at the University of Berkeley, bro. Like, I'm like, damn. I'm in this classroom cooking up beats. Like, wow. Felt smart as hell. But yeah, super dope meeting DB and Monserrat. They showed me a lot of love. Like, I remember that was the first day that Chicago did Flip the Beat Club, and DB was like, oh, we got one of yours out here. And I was saying what up to everyone on Zoom and stuff in Chicago. And yeah, man, it was dope. And the Bay, I got love for the Bay, a lot of love for the Bay. I can't wait to come back out there and play more shows. They got a crazy scene out there too in the Bay. A lot of dope producing.
Oh yeah, Sacramento, California, man.
Met old Ricky too. I met all the people you interviewed.
Heck yeah. Old Ricky, shout out to my my
Ricky.
sergeant, old Ricky over
there.
Yo, What's up, baby?
Have you done it before?
Yes. Yes, just put it on charger, please. Please. You
Did
seem
it-
busy right now?
Did it work?
Yes, it did.
Who's watching you do this?
Yo. I got this. My 9-year-old. With the...
About to be 10 on November 25th.
Okay. Oh,
Hey, get it right. Get it right.
Get it right. She's showing her butt right now. You know? But yeah, I'm gonna edit that part out.
It's all good.
I'm gonna edit that part out. But yo, man, yeah, Chicago, Sacramento, Philly, the DMV.
Yeah.
Yo, man, y'all like New York. Yo, y'all all got this energy. Even Texas, right now, where I'm at, like
Okay.
our beat scene. Is,
Yeah, I've ever seen y'all. Y'all are on the Zoom and stuff. I remember.
yeah, steady bubbling, man. So yeah, man, everybody just keep at it, man. Yo, and we got to send a congratulations to Flip a Beat Club for getting the registered trademark.
Yeah.
That's a big deal. I don't know
It
I don't know if y'all understand that, but getting not a traditional like trademark, a actual like official trademark for Flip a Beat Club. Nobody can use that.
Mm-hmm.
Like business wise, like that is super for not only just Flip a Beat Club and the chapters, but beat culture, and like it just feeds. Man, salute to everybody that involved with that Flip a Beat Club trademark announcement too.
And shout out to B4 and Backpack Beats. They were the ones like, because we just got our chapter in Chicago, and
that was like a few months ago.
Yeah, that was when I was in the Bay. That was like our first time ever doing it in Chicago, and I know Backpack Beats. Would love for you to get him on this show. He's super dope. I know he was really pushing everyone like, do Flip a Beat Club, like in our DMs and stuff, like y'all should be here. And it took a minute for all of us to start hopping on, but thanks to the efforts they did, him and B4, we finally got a chapter.
Oh man, yeah. Shout out to B4. But yo, no more free beats. That's why I knew I was like, when you said Backpack B, I'm like, wait, I know I'm following him right now. So yeah, man. Yo, that's super dope. Yo, man, Cozy, do you have any final thoughts for the internets out there that's on this journey of music explorations, self-expression? Any final thoughts for these guys, for the internets?
I mean, since we're on the theme of performing, like I said, just like if you're scared to perform, like it sucks. I know it sucks, but just do it, and you'll just get more comfortable, and just more gigs will just naturally pop up for you. Like when I say like I play like the most random stuff, like I play beats at like art events. People are looking for producers, so don't get discouraged. Don't think like, oh, my stuff is too ambient, oh, my stuff is too trappy. Like when I go to these beat shows, I don't know what I'm gonna hear. And that's like the dopest part of it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like hearing, oh, what this person got. No one sounds alike. Like everybody's always different. And yeah, man, just like perform as much as possible. Like I said, I told you I was nervous, and now I'm about to actually shout out to Duck World, but I think I'm gonna go out to LA and play a show with them next month. So like now I'm about to go out to LA and play some stuff. So it's super dope.
lights represent every living person on the planet. The white lights are humans. And these are the mutants.
They tell like younger kids or other producers like that's cheating. You can't really be separate, but bruh, like when it comes to this producing shit, you can do whatever you want.
You've been listening to the Rec Show podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Remember 3 things. Believe in your music. Take care of your mentals. Become the best version of yourself. Until the next one, Gldnmnd signing off. Peace and love, yo.
To be the best, you got to work overtime. To be the best, you got to work overtime.
These young boys getting better. This is not like the NBA when you